Welcome to the Westbrook College of Health Professions graduation ceremony.
Quick, march.
Good afternoon. I'm James Herbert, the president of the University of New England, and I want to welcome you to the 2021 Westbrook College of Health Professions Graduate Division graduation ceremony. I know I speak for all of today's graduates when I say that I wish today we could all be together for this very special achievement in their lives. But we feel the presence of your spirit, and for that we are grateful. Before we delve any further into today's ceremony, I would like to ask all of those in attendance who are able to please stand as we listen to member of Class 21, Rekha Mirza, honor America with the National Anthem.
Oh, say, can you see by the dawn's early light what so proudly we hailed at the twilight's last gleaming? whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight, o'er the ramparts we watched were so gallantly streaming, and the rocket's red glare, the bombs bursting in air, gave proof through the night that our flag was still there. Oh, say does that star-spangled banner yet wave o'er the land of the free and the home of the brave?
Thank you. That was beautiful. While today's ceremony isn't the in-person gathering we had all envisioned, it marks a very special achievement in the lives of our graduates. As such, we're joined by members of the senior administration, including the Westbrook College of Health Professions Interim Dean Sally McCormick-Tutt, and members of our distinguished faculty and professional staff. We're also joined by members of the university's Board of Trustees who work tirelessly in support of the university. This includes Board Chair Dan McCormick, whom I would like to welcome at this time for his address to the graduates.
Thank you, Dr. Herbert. On behalf of the University of New England's Board of Trustees, I welcome you to this very special 2021 graduation ceremony. I know that many of my fellow trustees are joining us virtually today, and I want to thank them for their service on the UNE board. I feel privileged to be able to join you to pay tribute to today's graduates. Over the past several years, it's been my honor to play a role in UNE's evolution, to help educate others about its offerings in the health professions, the sciences, humanities, and a host of other subject areas, and to help spread the word about the vast array of enriching experiences that it offers its students both in and out of the classroom. But this past year, I've been singing UNE's praises for another reason altogether, and that is for the phenomenal job that the entire UNE community has done in responding to the COVID-19 pandemic. From our administrators who have worked so diligently on crafting and updating the Onward Plan, to the faculty and professional staff who have shown immense flexibility and resourcefulness and rising to every challenge that this pandemic posed and continues to pose. And to the students who did everything from administering COVID tests at clinical sites, to helping out at a virus-stricken island nursing home, to assisting vaccination efforts, to babysitting healthcare workers' children as they worked around the clock. The entire UNE community have made me prouder than ever to serve on the board of this university. In the past years, I've talked about this day, Graduation Day, as the highlight of the academic year. And while it is a very important and significant day for our graduates, in many ways, the highlights have been happening all year long. UNE students have shown tenacity, adaptability, compassion, empathy, and service to others at so many points along the span of the last year. For many of you, the past 3 semesters have matured you beyond your years. So while today is a day of well-deserved pride for our degree recipients, as well as their families and friends, I hope that amid the festivities today, you, our graduates, will take some time to reflect on the past year and to be proud, not just of the diploma in your hands today, but of the great sense of purpose and humanity with which this past year has imbued your hearts. I offer you my sincerest congratulations and the very best of luck in whatever endeavor awaits you.
Thank you for those thoughtful words, Dan, and for everything that you do for our students. Graduates, I'll have plenty more to say about you in just a few minutes, but first, I'd like to acknowledge some of the people who have helped you reach this point, some of whom are undoubtedly tuning in, some of whom may be sitting with you at this very moment. So graduates, if you're watching with your parents, grandparents, spouses, siblings, children, or other family members or friends whose encouragement, love, and support have helped make your success at UNE possible, and if you'd like to take a moment to thank them, please do so now. Sadly, not all who began this journey with you have been able to complete it. Let us pause for a moment to remember the friends, members of the university community, and other loved ones who we have lost since your journey at UNE began. They will always be with you, as your experiences with them have made you who you are. Let us also acknowledge your UNE professors and mentors. In the classroom, simulated learning experiences, interprofessional learning activities, and various clinical settings, they have shaped your education and enriched your lives, just as you have enriched theirs. And I know how proud they are of you. To the College of Health Professions leadership team, thank you all for what you've done to help our graduates reach this day. This academic year was full of unexpected challenges due to the pandemic, but thanks to your efforts, along with the flexibility of our faculty and our students, we were able to make it work. Finally, let us reflect upon the sacrifices made by all those members of our UNE community who currently serve or who have served in the U.S. Armed Forces. Students, parents, grandparents, and anyone else watching who is serving or has served, please know how much we appreciate your sacrifice. Thank you. And now, graduates, let me return to singing your praises, because you deserve every bit of our admiration. Over the past few years, I've had the pleasure of observing you hard at work on or around our Portland campus, and I understand the magnitude and the impact you're now ready to make on the world. This ceremony marks the beginning of your professional careers as healthcare providers, and having witnessed your work, I can say with confidence that your future employers, co-workers, and most importantly, your patients will be lucky to have you at their side. With your in-depth knowledge, your discipline, and your practical skills you've gained through your clinical experiences, you are ready to take the next step. You also carry with you a commitment to practicing team-based healthcare. UNE's interprofessional approach positioned you side by side with other aspiring colleagues, future nurses, nurse anesthetists, physician's assistants, dentists, pharmacists, occupational therapists, physical therapists, social workers, athletic trainers, and others, so you could learn how your role fits with theirs in the context of each patient's care. This model, which UNE is proud to have pioneered and championed through the years, has shown you how much more you can accomplish collectively than on your own. I'm sure you will advocate for such a team-based approach in your future workplaces and as you assume leadership roles within the various teams that you will join. Graduates, in an ordinary year, I would say that you should be very proud of yourselves for earning a degree from one of our rigorous programs. But this has been no ordinary year. And in these challenging times, when our world has been upended by the pandemic, each of you has demonstrated uncommon dedication and perseverance despite the headwinds you faced over the past year plus. In a time when so many clinical settings were closed due to COVID, we worked together to find opportunities for you to meet the experiential learning requirements critical to our programs. Thank you for your flexibility. Thank you for rolling with the punches and adapting along with your professors. Along the way, you have no doubt gained grit and resilience, qualities that will serve you well in the field. I hope you are as proud of yourselves as I am of you, and as I know your professors are. And we can't wait to see what you're going to do next. For many of you, your path will lead to the hospitals, clinics, and other public health settings that have become the front lines in our continuing battle against the virus. You will be assisting in the effort to provide vaccines or tests. You will be providing other essential services while taking extra precautions to minimize the virus's spread. and this work couldn't be more important. Over the past 15 months, society seems to have noticed what many of us at UNE have known all along. The people who choose to pursue careers in the health professions represent the very best of us. You channel your compassion and care for others into a calling that guides your life's work. Thank you for the role you'll play to support all of us as we continue to combat the virus. And thank you, too, for the work you'll do afterwards, work that won't always be in the spotlight like it is now, but which is critically important to your patients' lives. All of you will do work that matters and that makes this world a better place. But first, enjoy this day, even if it's not the one that you or we originally envisioned for your graduation. Celebrate with your family and friends, and even if they can't all be in the same room with you. And tell your favorite professors how much they've meant to you, even if it's with an email rather than a hug. And pat yourselves on the back for earning an advanced degree during these extraordinarily challenging times. Congratulations. At this time, it is my pleasure to present today's honorary degree recipient, who will also deliver our commencement address. At the University of New England, our honorary doctoral degrees are awarded to individuals of exemplary personal character who demonstrate excellence in their fields. The Honorary Doctor of Science is conferred upon individuals whose personal and professional accomplishments contribute to the betterment of society. And today's recipient, Dr. Nirav D. Shah of the Maine Center for Disease Control and Prevention, certainly fits that bill. Dr. Shah, you have distinguished yourself in our state and throughout the world beyond our borders. You arrived in Maine possessing a rich resume bolstered by medical and law degrees from the University of Chicago and a background in economics from Oxford University. In your role as the director of the Illinois Department of Public Health, you implemented key initiatives to address that state's opioid crisis. You reduced maternal and infant mortality, and you reduced childhood lead poisoning. As an attorney and public health economist, you advise professionals and governments around the globe to help improve their delivery of health care. And you worked for the Ministry of Health in Cambodia, where your work included investigating and managing disease outbreaks as an epidemiologist. That expertise in epidemiology has served you very well here in Maine in your role as director of our Center for Disease Control and Prevention. In leading Maine's response to the coronavirus pandemic, you've made important decisions to expand viral testing, to facilitate vaccine distribution, and to help us reopen the state safely while always following the best available scientific evidence. You have led us through this once-in-a-century pandemic, reassuring us with your steady demeanor, educating us with your appreciable wisdom, and inspiring us with your grace under pressure. We're so grateful for your leadership and for the lives you have no doubt saved while guiding us through these challenging times. Therefore, by virtue of the authority vested in me by the Board of Trustees of the University of New England, I do hereby confer upon Dr. Nirav Shah the degree of Honorary Doctor of Science with all of the honors, privileges, and responsibilities which here and everywhere pertain to this degree. It is now my great pleasure to present to you Dr. Nirav Shah.
Thank you very much. President Herbert, University of New England Board of Trustees, faculty, staff, and most especially, the class of 2021. I am deeply honored to join you as an honorary graduate of the University of New England, and I am humbled and extremely grateful to accept this honorary degree of UNE Doctor of Science. It is and has been a privilege to serve the people of Maine in my role as director of the Maine CDC. And I am so proud and honored to have been chosen for this distinguished and respected honor. It's especially meaningful to me because UNE has been such a strong partner in Maine's overall pandemic response. As each and every one of you knows, many UNE graduates go on to become committed healthcare professionals, those who dedicate their careers to serving others in Maine and across the country. We in Maine are so lucky that what they do helps each and every one of us as a state, particularly in this time of need. UNE graduates, through the robust and thorough educational background they have been vital as we have worked our way through the COVID response. Graduates of the colleges of medicine, dentistry, health professions, arts and science, and professional studies start their careers with an advantage, bringing the unique and diverse array of training that can only be found at this institution. I'm so pleased and proud to accept this honorary degree, as well as to participate in this ceremony, marking all of the achievements of the class of 2021, achievements that have come during a time like no other before. I'd like to take just a few minutes to reflect upon the past year and offer a few pieces of guidance, observation, and advice for each and every one of the graduates going forward. Given the composition of the schools and the graduates of the University of New England, I wanted to start by reflecting upon what the pandemic has meant for science, the scientific process, and our communication of science. As I think everyone is well aware by now, COVID has been a lesson for the entire world in science as well as in science communication. At perhaps no time in recent history have the methods of science, public health, epidemiology, virology, and clinical medicine been put front and center in the minds of the public in the way that they are now. As a result of the pandemic, the public has received a real-time, day-by-day lesson in the methods of science, public health, and communication. There are some benefits to that. For many years, the work that many of us do was shrouded in myth, some degree of secrecy. But now that curtain has been unfolded and opened for all to see. This opportunity presents a lesson to all of us who are involved in scientific endeavors. Much of what we do is, again, sometimes hidden from public view, certainly not by design, but because of the technical nature of the work of science, we often have our discussions and disagreements and debates in scientific journals and at conferences. And that's all fine. But now, with the public paying so much attention, the questions around what we do and our need to convey what we do in something that may or may not be amounting to more than just a soundbite are essential and critical skills. The current moment provides us an opportunity to show the public that what we do is important and critical, and gives us an opportunity to make the case for why what we do as scientists is so important. Each and every one of you, as a newly minted graduate of this institution, has a role to play in that. You have a role to play in translating scientific principles to the public, whether it's your friends, your family members, or those of you who are going to work with patients or members of the media. You have an obligation and an opportunity to hone your skills, not just as scientists, but also as science communicators. This is a critical opportunity and something I urge everyone to take time to study and practice. My own rule is pretty straightforward. If I can't explain something to my mom in 30 seconds, then I'm not doing a good job. And I need to go back to the drawing board to do a better job figuring out what the essence of what I'm trying to say is. In the middle of a pandemic, but as well as after the pandemic, the ability of us as scientists to communicate what we do, how we do it, and why we do it to the public will not go away. This is our chance to make that real. The second observation that I wanted to share is around something you've no doubt already heard in your career. You've probably known or had people say to you that if you're working on a team, you got to stay in your lane. Scientists love to tell other people sometimes to stay in their lane. You've undoubtedly heard that expression. And there's certainly a value in staying in your lane. But staying on your lane or in your lane is a metaphor that's predicated on this idea that we're all in a big giant swimming pool and that there are lanes, and the best thing to do for all of us to keep moving is to stay in those lanes. And there's value there. Staying in your lane means that you develop deep expertise, but it comes at a cost. It means, for example, that you don't necessarily get to see what's going on in the other lanes. And so for me, the metaphor that I think is far more apt for the time that we are in right now is not staying in your lane during a swim meet, but rather thinking of the work we do as not so much swimming in your lane, but more like a water polo team. A group of people that are in a giant pool where there are no lanes, but all of whom are generally swimming in some loose formation toward a common shared goal. That is really the way that we should be working as scientists, as clinicians, as well as those who are navigating our way through a pandemic. If you stay in your lane, it's difficult to see what's going on. But if we're all swimming toward the same goal, always looking across the pool, learning about what's going on, staying in touch with what's going on, we're that much more effective as a team. There's one final observation that I wanted to share. And that's something that's very, very important to me, both in my role as a member of a broader team, as well as the head of a team myself at the Maine CDC. And that comes down to one word: disagreement. I'm a big believer in the value of spirited, respectful disagreement among colleagues. For me, that type of disagreement is one of the surest ways to make sure that when an organization makes a tough decision, it does so with the best available evidence. It's also a way to make life and work a lot more interesting. Imagine sitting down to watch an 8-hour movie, a movie in which no one disagreed about anything throughout the entire movie. The entire plot consisted of people just agreeing with one another. No conflict, no discussion, no debate. That'd be the world's worst movie. Indeed, you wouldn't be faulted for getting up and walking out. But for some reason, we ask people in our professional lives to treat their workplace as we would that 8-hour movie where no one disagrees. But that's not life, and it's not good. Healthy, spirited, respectful disagreement is not just a way to make your work life more interesting, it's also a way that teams can get to better answers. You may never know if someone on your team has some insight or intelligence or information that, if they were only to share it, could upend the entire discussion you were having. But the only way to get that person to share it is to normalize that type of healthy, respectful disagreement. And so I encourage everyone on my team who might see the world differently from the way that everyone else does to speak up and share it, particularly if the way that they see the world is contrary to the orthodoxy that everyone else on the team has been thinking about. I think in the end, it makes us lead ourselves to better decisions, but it also makes the workplace that much more interesting. So I urge you, as you are starting this next phase of your career, to keep some of these things in mind, to keep in mind the value of communication about science as well as the science itself, to keep in mind how important it is for teams to swim together toward a goal rather than just staying in their lanes, and to keep in mind how important it is for all of us who work on teams to have a space where we can disagree in a healthy, respectful manner, not just to make the workplace more interesting, but to get to better decisions. I'd like to close now by once again thanking all of the members of the UNE community for this deep honor and being awarded with this Doctorate of Science. It has been nothing more than one of my life's honors and pleasures to serve the people of Maine during this time of COVID. I hope that in the future, I'll get to meet with and work with so many of you as you all are starting this next phase of your career. But until then, as I always ask everyone to do, please be kind and take care of one another. I hope to see all of you again soon.
Thank you, Dr. Shaw, for those inspiring words and for everything that you've done for our state. I would now like to invite to the podium the Interim Dean of the Westbrook College of Health Professions, Dr. Sally McCormick-Tutt.
Good afternoon. I'm Dr. Sally McCormick-Tutt, Interim Dean of the Westbrook College of Health Professions. I'm delighted to welcome you to the college graduate ceremony. We are gathered today to honor and celebrate the graduates of the class of 2021. To each of our graduates, this is an important time in your life, the culmination of your studies where you formally transition from a student to a healthcare professional. In doing so, you become a member of an elite group. According to the U.S. Census Bureau, only 32% of adults in the U.S. hold a bachelor's degree, and only 13% hold a graduate degree. Your accomplishments are even more profound, having achieved this degree while having the end of your college career occurring amid a pandemic. This pandemic has truly shed light on the importance of the health professions amid this public health crisis. Completing your degree is a major milestone, but doing so at this historic time is truly an accomplishment. But we know these achievements don't happen in a vacuum. You don't do this alone. You have the friendship of your classmates, who have become like a second family to you. Having graduated from UNE, I can tell you that even now, many years later, my UNE classmates are the ones that I call to talk to about life and work situations. You have the love and support of your parents, spouses, partners, siblings, children, and friends who propped you up on difficult days. We collectively express our appreciation to your loved ones who have helped make today possible for each of you. In addition to your family and friends, there are your faculty. These are the individuals who have challenged you, encouraged you to do your very best, who set the bar high, supported and inspired you. These incredible teachers worked tirelessly throughout your education. Most notably, this past year, they have been able to pivot from typical campus-based lessons and laboratories to a mixed format of in-person and online teaching. They demonstrated abundant creativity in their teaching. I commend their unwavering commitment to you, their students. From this day forward, this remarkable faculty are not only your teachers and mentors, but now they become your professional colleagues. A salute to the incredible and talented faculty of the Westbrook College of Health Professions. As I reflect on what your class has gone through during their college career, especially the unexpected twists and turns you have endured during your final year, I suspect some or all of you likely are mourning the loss of many things you were really looking forward to. However, we all witnessed your commitment and determination with your studies. You rose up to meet the incredible challenges of this year. You have demonstrated grit and resiliency. Many of you and your programs even stepped out to support the community by volunteering your time in various ways. Many of you volunteered at vaccine clinics across the state of Maine and alongside your faculty, while others made cloth masks for frontline healthcare workers. Some of you picked up extra work shifts with your employers to offset staffing shortages amid the outbreak. Others donated personal protective equipment to the hospitals and clinics that were low of their supplies, and so many other things to support those in need. You volunteered your time assisting seniors with day-to-day activities such as yard work, shoveling, getting groceries, and other things. Your studies were altered to ensure everyone's safety, and you pivoted with these changes. However, you were still able to participate in your clinical placements where you provided care to patients with COVID, putting yourself at risk. You participated in telehealth and wellness projects with older adults in Maine's communities in collaboration with the Center for Excellence in Aging and Health. You truly are remarkable. The class of 2021 is strong, resilient, creative thinkers, and is exactly what this world needs. My father worked in healthcare all his life. He always talked about how a strong healthcare provider knows the science and the art of working with patients and clients. During your classes, labs, and internships, you acquired the knowledge and skill you needed to master the science of healthcare. Through the activities outside of class, collaborating with your peers, and amid this crazy pandemic, you have strengthened your ability to apply the art of being a healthcare professional. You are a very special graduating class. We will never forget you and all you've brought to the Westbrook College of Health Professions. It is now my pleasure to present the Outstanding WCHP Graduate Student Faculty Cup. This honor is bestowed on the graduate student who has served as a role model for other students in their ability to demonstrate and maintain high academic standards in courses and clinical work, demonstrate superior leadership, qualities, and collaborative working relationships, and is engaged in service to improve the quality of life for others. At this time, I would like to recognize 5 of the 6 candidates nominated for this award. They are Libby Arsenault from Social Work, Hillary Mishkon from Pharmacy, Lenora Shepard from the Physician Assistant Program, Tobin Tollett, Nurse Anesthesia, and Donnie Utanese, Physical Therapy. It's quite an honor to be nominated by your program, and each of you should feel very proud of this nomination. The 2021 Faculty Cup is presented to Emily Wasina, a student in the Occupational Therapy program. Emily's faculty described her as being truly extraordinary and displaying attributes of wisdom beyond her years. She is intelligent, has warm compassion, and innovative ideas. Emily has excelled at her academic studies while engaging in outstanding interprofessional work. Emily's fieldwork supervisor described her as being a phenomenal student who is kind, compassionate, and always professional. One example of Emily's leadership can be seen through her work as a Maine AMBUCS scholar, where she worked to raise money to offer children with disabilities bikes and trikes. Please join me in congratulating Emily. It is now my pleasure to award the Westbrook College of Health Professions Graduate Distinguished Teaching Award. This award recognizes and honors excellence in teaching, advising, and supporting of students, as well as serving as a role model for students and other faculty. It is important to note that this award is selected based on written nominations received from students. There are 17 faculty nominated for this award. At this time, I would like to recognize 16 of the individuals who received nominations. Being nominated is an important honor in and of itself, and I would like to take this opportunity to acknowledge this important distinction. The nominees are Haley Choi, Pharmacy, Elizabeth Crampsey, Occupational Therapy, Giovanna Eisenbarth, nurse anesthesia. Clay Grabiel, social work. David Harris, nurse anesthesia. Valerie Jones, social work. Carol Lambden Padavana, occupational therapy. Marissa Lyon, physical therapy. Ken McCall, pharmacy. Leslie Oakes, pharmacy. Craig Owens, social work. Matt Soma, physical therapy. Scott Stackhouse, physical therapy. Dana Vilmore, physician assistant. Jessica Walton, occupational therapy. And Thomas White, physician assistant. Congratulations to each of you on being recognized by your students as possessing the exemplary characteristics inherent in this Graduate Distinguished Teaching Award. And now for our recipient. The 2021 Graduate Distinguished Teaching Award is presented to Dr. Cheryl Nimmo, Program Director and Associate Clinical Professor in the Nurse Anesthesia Program. Some of the descriptions the student noted in their nomination when describing Dr. Nimmo were that she was a supportive and guiding light, a role model in her career and character, and has talent and grit. She demonstrates a breadth of knowledge and subject matter, and seems to be able to speak on any subject with clinical experience related to the topic. They describe Dr. Nimmo as someone that is supportive, listens, empathizes, and advises students beyond what any student can hope for from a program director or colleague. And I want to add that I have witnessed her dedication and love for the nurse anesthesia program and all of the students. I am honored to be able to present this award to Cheryl. Now, at this time, I would like to invite our department leadership to introduce themselves, announce the recipient of the Outstanding Academic Achievement Award, and present their graduates.
Hi, my name is Dr. Cheryl Nimmo, and I am the Director of the Nurse Anesthesia Program. It is my distinct pleasure to congratulate the 2021 graduates of the Masters of Science in Nurse Anesthesia. You should be as proud of yourselves as the faculty and I are of you. Completing this program required a great deal of determination, motivation, intelligence, dedication, and a detailed understanding of physiology, pharmacology, communication, critical thinking, and a high level of compassion for your patients. Unfortunately, it did not allow you a high degree of sleep. This past year with COVID, you did not become discouraged, and instead you looked for ways to reach your goals. You took care of COVID patients, initiating new procedures and ways of caring for this critically ill group. You helped save lives. As you transition into your clinical careers and beyond, remember, you can achieve anything you really want to. After all, you survived and thrived in nurse anesthesia school. Your patients deserve the best, and you are giving them your best. Congratulations. And now I am happy to announce the winner of the MSNA Outstanding Student Award, Ms. Soleil Gibbs. Soleil has demonstrated her initiative, grit, determination, innate inquisitiveness, willingness to teach, and her work ethic to the highest level. She challenged all of us and her clinical teachers with her questions and made herself and us better. Congratulations, Soleil. Well deserved. I am now pleased to present the 2021 graduates of the Nurse Anesthesia Program. Nurse Anesthesia, Master of Science. Austin Anderson, Military Honors. Nicolette Areola. Ashley M. Ayotte. Sherry D. Bunker. Richard H. Burns, Military Honors. Michelle Calderini. Raymond Claudio. Denise Coleman. Benjamin Crawley. Soleil M. Gibbs. Jessica Gleba. Jenna Hodges. Keisha E. Joyce. Jamie L. Lankin. Robert Montague. Emmanuel Nistrian. Jared Odor. Megan M. Taylor. Tobin A. Tollett. Courtney Teresi. Lynn Wooden.
Hello, I'm Dr. Chris Winston, Program Director for the Master of Occupational Therapy program here at the University of New England. I would like to offer our heartfelt congratulations to the class of 2021. It's been a challenging year in so many ways, and the MSOT class of 2021 has met those challenges and continues to meet those challenges through caring, responsive, adaptable, skillful, flexible, and creative OT practice. As a group and as individuals, the MSOT class of 2021 has excelled in many ways, academically, in practice while on clinicals, in community service, service to the university, and service to their future profession. We look forward to the many amazing things each of you will accomplish in your careers. We would like to recognize all of our 2021 graduates who've done amazing things these past 2 years. The 2021 UNE MSOT Outstanding Student Award is presented to a student who's demonstrated strong academic performance and is a member of the UNE chapter of the OT Honor Society, Pi Theta Epsilon. In addition to their academic performance, this student has shown a commitment to interprofessional practice and service during their time at UNE as a member of the UNE Student Occupational Therapy Association, an interprofessional team immersion participant, a cultural ally trainee, a volunteer with hospice care, as well as taking on a leadership role organizing and helping to distribute donations for asylum seekers in the greater Portland area. In this project, they coordinated the efforts of over 30 volunteers. No easy feat. This student is well respected by peers, faculty, professional staff, and community members for their caring manner and passion for their clients. She will have an amazing career and serve her clients well. This student has also been able to balance many different roles in addition to that of student as they balanced family life with the pursuit of a master's degree in occupational therapy. This year's OT Outstanding Student Award is presented to Rachel McKinney. And now I will present this year's Masters in Occupational Therapy graduates. Occupational Therapy, Master of Science. Avery L. Alberghini, Interprofessional Honors. Masam Amin, Interprofessional Honors. Samantha J. Avgerinos. Rachel A. Bossy. Megan Bowler. Kathleen M. Broussard. Jacqueline B. Burney. Julia Carpenter. Emma J. Shabbat, Interprofessional Honors. Joelle N. Correa. Alina K. DeCarolis, Interprofessional Honors. Victoria Fabila. Catherine E. Froning. Taylor R. Gallant, Interprofessional Honors. Laura P. Garrard, Interprofessional Honors. Olivia Gatter. Alyssa Germanos. Alexis Giordano. Bethany Gruskin, Interprofessional Honors. Abigail S. Higgins. Natalie Horrigan, Interprofessional Honors. Casey A. Emilio. Courtney L. Jacob, Interprofessional Honors. Ashley K. Jebson. Madison K. Kirchner, Interprofessional Honors. Lindsay E. Kusai. Megan D. LeBlanc. Christina Lindsay. Rachel S. Lucier. Trisha M. Mabayet. Catherine Mayato. Rachel S. McKinney, Interprofessional Honors. Haley E. McCosker. Claire M. Michael. Jana M. Montgomery. Emily A. Perkins. Caitlin Pigeon. Anna J. Preether. Haley E. Ruth. Olivia Riding. Jordan T. Sanders. Mara E. Schiffhauer. Louisa Seelbach. Alyssa Smith, Interprofessional Honors. Emily K. Spencer. Ashlyn Zabo. Gabriella E. Tomisuk, Interprofessional Honors. Carolyn E. Tolstad. Matthew S. Toussaint. Emily Vions. Emily Wasina.
Hi, I'm Dr. Diane Visick, Interim Director for the PA program here at UNE. What can I add to the year that these students have had? My words won't add any more wisdom than what their own experiences have taught them over the past 24 months. Each could likely give a lecture on the importance of resiliency, flexibility, and thinking outside the box as a PA student and in the practice of medicine. These were the students that were told not to return after spring break. They were asked to learn how to Zoom, and they were asked to build their own stuffed patients so they could complete their semester. These folks entered the world of COVID on the ground floor when most everything about the virus was unknown. My hat is off to you all. Resiliency, flexibility, thinking outside the box, forging into the unknown with your dream of being a PA at the end of the tunnel. I don't know what challenges may lie ahead, but one thing I do know is that you are all prepared to meet whatever may come your way. As one of our beloved PA faculty always says, or should I say sings, what doesn't kill you makes you stronger, stronger. And if that's true, you all have superhuman strength. Thanks for the privilege of being your director this year. You all have truly inspired me. And now for the Outstanding Student Award. Our recipient of the PA Outstanding Student Award is a student who demonstrated excellence in both didactic and clinical phases. Some examples of excellence: stepping up for last-minute simulation performances to help a fellow student in need, demonstrating excellence in interprofessional skills through involvement in IPE events, poster sessions, and service learning. She was interviewed and highlighted in the UNE News for COVID-driven ingenuity and humor in the construction of a stuffed patient for a physical exam skill class. She solicited and thanked instructors for their feedback and incorporated the suggestions into her future work. Her outlook on life is evident in her Instagram advice given to future students, and I quote, "If you have an opportunity to do something, say yes." Her thirst for knowledge, desire to learn new skills, and enthusiastic attitude all exemplify what it means to be a great PA. Our Outstanding Student Award goes to Lily Pryor. Congratulations. Now I'm proud to present the graduates of the UNE Physician Assistant Program. Physician Assistant, Master of Science, Sarah N. Barbe. Brooke Benedict. Tierra R. Bianco. Cameron M. Blake. Daniel B. Briette. Jennifer S. Kuro, Interprofessional Honors. Miranda L. Chadbourne. Bailey E. D'Antonio, Interprofessional Honors. Molly K. Dow. Emily Dowman. Cody Eaton. Jasmine R. Edwards. Lauren Edwards. Shannon M. Elliott. Kelsey E. Espling. Laura A. Flewelling. Kristen C. Gallagher. Daniel C. Giroux. Sarah V. Hanley. Stephanie L. Hardy. Anna Hurling. Teresa Holden. Joshua R. Hughes. James T. Johnson. Natalie A. Kendall. Ashley Knerfel. Lauren Kuzella. Samantha Malone. Nicolette C. Mattow. Serinda Muth. Timothy J. O'Connor. Elena M. Page, Military Honors. Ariana M. Parent. Lily G. Pryor, Interprofessional Honors. Meredith Rappaport. Lindsay Rao, Interprofessional Honors. Lauren D. Riviera, Interprofessional Honors. Sarah Robertson, Interprofessional Honors. Taylor E. Schumacher, Interprofessional Honors. Elizabeth V. Scott. Lenora M. Shepard, Interprofessional Honors. Jessica N. Stewart, Interprofessional Honors. Alexander T. Vinning. Hadley C. Warner, Interprofessional Honors. John F. Waronin. Laura A. Yamagata, Interprofessional Honors.
Good afternoon. I'm Dr. Shelley Cohen-Conrad, Program Director in the School of Social Work. Today, we acknowledge your accomplishments and wish you well as you transition from students to colleagues in the field of social work. We've been proud of you all along the way, especially during such challenging and uncertain times. You've been tenacious, kind, and to paraphrase the words of the late writer and human rights activist Elie Wiesel, you've gone into and beyond the despair to make a difference by doing for somebody else and by working with others. We know that you're ready to go even further and to make the world a better place wherever you light. It's now my distinct pleasure to announce this year's Outstanding Student Award for the Masters in Social Work program. As always, it was difficult to select only one student among so many wonderful candidates. This year's award goes to Francesca Perloff. Francesca came to the field of social work in fall 2018 and dove right into her studies with enthusiasm, commitment, and creativity. Not surprisingly, Francesca used her talents to earn the Applied Arts and Social Justice Certificate and to enhance her studies through many and varied community projects. Francesca has garnered deep respect from peers and supervisors alike, and we congratulate her on receiving this award. Now, I present the 2021 Master of Social Work graduates. Social Work, Master of Science. Nicole C. Albee, Interprofessional Honors. Elizabeth E. Arsenal. Robert Bennett. Jessica Boulay. Danielle J. Brotherton, Military Honors. Brianna Chilella, Interprofessional Honors. Leah K. Chifalillo. Elisa M. Covey. Wesley C. Covey. Briellen Crowley. Jennifer A. Curran, Interprofessional Honors. Kimberly A. Davis, Interprofessional Honors. Faye E. DeBella, Interprofessional Honors. Manisha D. Donahue. Kaylee C. Dunnican. Smythe F. Eddy. Hannah E. Farrington. Leslie Finneran, Interprofessional Honors. Amanda Garami, Interprofessional Honors. Brianna T. Haley. Irene Kigugu. Sage R. Landry. Abigail J. Lynch, Interprofessional Honors. Emily Mason. Carly E. McKenna, Interprofessional Honors. Laura K. Nordenson. Sandy Pereira. Francesca Perloff. Christine W. Kwong, Interprofessional Honors. Jamie M. Robinson. Ann M. Schneider. Molly K. Spadone. Alexandra J. Sturvetant. Faye Zimmerman.
Hello, I'm Robert McCarthy, Dean and Professor at the School of Pharmacy and Associate Dean for the Westbrook College of Health Professions. On behalf of the faculty and professional staff of the School of Pharmacy, I want to offer my heartfelt congratulations on your graduation. As you enter the profession of pharmacy, always remember that your first obligation is to the care and well-being of your patients. As new pharmacists, I know that each of you, in whatever practice setting you choose, will make a difference in the lives of those you serve. I wish you good health and much happiness and joy in the years ahead. I would now like to present the Pharmacy Outstanding Student Award to Alana Dubey. Alana is a thoughtful, passionate, and bright clinician who always puts her 100% of herself into what she does, both in the classroom and on clinicals. On advanced pharmacy practice experiences, she was reliable, resourceful, detail-oriented, and a great team player. Our faculty and professional staff would trust Alana to provide high-quality care for their family members. And now I am pleased to present the graduates of the 2021 Doctor of Pharmacy program. Doctor of Pharmacy, Faisal S. Abdillahi, Mark J. Adams, Oyanade A. Odapoju, Albert J. Allard, Interprofessional Honors, Abigail M. Angevine, Clayton J. Autry, Tyler E. Bailey, Kristen H. Bollier, Lily M. Beauregard, Erin Campbell, Miranda M. Coleman, Nicholas J. Katoya, Jr., Brittany Demmons, Alana J. Dubé, Jamie A. Duggan, Rebecca Durant, Interprofessional Honors, Natalie M. Getty, Jason Alexander Gilvey, Jennifer Hammond, Alyssa Hinkle, Herschel Kachrani, James W. King, Jade M. Lawler, Rihanna A. Lincoln, Cassandra Lyons, Banerith Mao, Alexa Michaud. Hillary R. Mishkan. Brandy P. Mitchell. Elsie M. Morgan. Kabwe Musanda. Madeline R. Powers. Megan M. Scalia. Caitlin M. Sherman, Interprofessional Honors. Brett Shore. Danielle K. Simeone. Robert J. Stewart. Aaron M. Tebow. Brandon Thompson, Interprofessional Honors. Thomas Tran. Aaron J. Walsh, Interprofessional Honors. Oways Wonker. Brianna B. Wheeler. Alyssa M. White.
Hello, I'm Jenny Audette, and I'm the director of the Physical Therapy Program. UNE Doctor of Physical Therapy, Class of 2021, it's time to celebrate the successful completion of 3 years of hard work. Your final year of PT school has thrown challenges your way that are unprecedented, and you have taken them on and overcome them with grit, perseverance, and positivity. Take those strengths and hold on to them, as they'll be qualities that you need as you move forward into your professional career. They'll serve you well. You should be very proud of all of your accomplishments. Today, I have the honor of acknowledging the well-rounded accomplishments of one of the members of your class whose achievements stand out. Please join me in congratulating Dr. Donnie Yatanis, who has been named as the recipient of the PT program's Outstanding Student Award, which recognizes and honors academic achievement, community involvement, and leadership. Congratulations, Donnie. The faculty and I are excited and honored to welcome all of you to the physical therapy profession. We wish for each of you a rich career full of fun, interesting, and challenging patients, opportunities that inspire you, active engagement in the profession, a focus on evidence-based practice, a dedication to social justice, service, and advocacy, and a desire to, as the APTA vision statement says, transform society by optimizing movement to improve the human experience. Congratulations, class of 2021. And now I am pleased to present the graduates of the 2021 Doctor of Physical Therapy program. Doctor of Physical Therapy, Christopher Arias. Alexandra N. Bernard. Joseph Bigsby. Joseph W. Bogeman. Katie L. Bowler. Gwyneth J. Breslin. Devin J. Bulick. Sydney G. Charles. Megan Clarenbach. Joseph Connor. Michael G. Cornea Hassigan, Interprofessional Honors. Elena J. Cosentino, Daniel M. DePerna, Brandon T. Drynen, Daniel L. Ebenstein, Marissa Flores, Matthew R. Freeman, Samantha M. Gagney, Kelly E. Gillis, Alyssa Harp, Tai Q. Ho, Shayla N. Johnson, Alex C. Joseph, Zachary A. Knapp, Dylan Kravikas, Madison M. Lostra, Interprofessional Honors, Spencer Linus, Kirsten M. Marshman, Connor D. Matthews, Gregory J. Mills, Rebecca G. Mills, Ryan S. Neal, Sean P. Novella, Joseph S. Ocello, Colleen O'Donnell, Tara N. Oyasato, Marissa L. Paquette, Interprofessional Honors, Julie C. Pettit, Emily R. Quirian, Jennifer L. Ritchie, Lisa Rosen, Brian T. Ruby, Zachary S. Seiler, Kyle W. Sykes, Shelby Stegman, Interprofessional Honors, Jessica L. Sterling, Julie Sullivan, Benjamin Tilly, Jesda R. Tung, Curtis J. Warren, Nathaniel P. Witten, Military Honors, Donnie Yatanis, Jennifer M. Urardi, Yi Zhang.
President Herbert, as Interim Dean of the Westbrook College of Health Professions, I am privileged to present to you the Westbrook College of Health Professions master's and doctoral degree candidates for the year of 2021. These scholars have qualified in all respects for degrees by completing the curricula offered by the University of New England. The faculty and Board of Trustees have recommended that they be awarded their degrees in recognition of their accomplishments.
By virtue of the authority vested in me by the Board of Trustees of the University of New England and by vote of the faculty, I do hereby confer upon you the appropriate master's and doctoral degrees with all of the rights, privileges, and responsibilities appertaining thereto. Welcome, graduates, to the Fellowship of Educated People.
In closing, on behalf of WCHP, I'm honored to extend our congratulations to each and every one of you. As I reflect back to how it felt to be graduating from UNE with my degree in physical therapy, I recall how excited and also nervous I was about what is to come next. Take some time today to just rejoice in this amazing accomplishment that you have achieved. Know that you will continue to grow and learn beyond this point in your life, because working in the health professions requires you dedicate yourself to being a lifelong learner. But be sure to take a deep breath and celebrate this special moment. I have just a few parting thoughts for you. As you have done these few years in your program, but most notable this past year, don't forget to give back to others and your community, because the world needs more kindness and generosity. Don't be afraid to take risks. We often learn more from our failures than we do from our successes. Remember to enjoy the little things in life, because they truly do mean so much. And finally, choose to be happy. You can either be filled with despair over what did not work out, or you can be abundantly grateful for all that you have. Life is much happier if you look at the half full instead of the half empty. Congratulations, class of 2021. We can't wait to see what lies ahead for you. Please stay in touch with us. You will always be part of UNE and the Westbrook College of Health Professions.
Congratulations, class of 2021. You've earned it.
You are healthcare heroes. I have never been more proud of a graduating class at UNE.
All of you have played such an important role during this pandemic era to make sure that patients first were tested and then immunized. I know it's just the start of what's going to be an amazing career for each and every one of you.
Be courageous, make mistakes and learn from them. Lean into your growing edges, because that's the place where learning will take place.
Congratulations, everyone, and good luck to you.
Wishing you career success in compassionate, interprofessional, evidence-based practice for those whose lives are improved by your services.
Hello, everyone, and congratulations, you've made it. You've been very courageous and brilliant, and I wish you all the best of luck.
Congratulations on reaching this important milestone. It really is something to be proud of. I know I've really enjoyed working with so many students from Westbrook College this year and in prior years.
Enjoy celebrating with your loved ones, your family, your friends, etc.
I'm excited to be a colleague with each of you. Nice work.
It's been a pleasure to work with you, and thank you so much for all the meaningful contributions you've made to our community.
If you can graduate with a master's degree during a pandemic, you can do anything. So good luck to all of you. We will miss you.
Take care, keep in touch, and all the best for the next steps in your career.
Congratulations to the UNE Msot class of 2021. We're so proud of you. Go forth and set the world on fire.
Congratulations, PA class of 21. You're such an amazing class with such passion and perseverance.
Congratulations, class of 2021. Go out and make us proud.
And cheers to all that comes next.
We are so proud of all of you, and best of luck with your next chapter.
Congratulations to all the students from MSNA. We are so happy for you, and good luck in your future.
Yay! Hey, class of 2021, congratulations. Please don't be strangers.
We are so proud of you and all that you've accomplished. We've loved having you with us. You're going to crush it in the world.
This past year has been a trying year for all of us, but you have built resilience, and this resilience will help you for the rest of your life. So congratulations and best wishes to all of you.